I will give you my thoughts on Scream 7.
Go on then.
Oh my gosh, you've disappeared. You've gone
Oh
invisible.
no. I don't know what happened to my
Um,
camera.
no. You've turned into stars.
Oh, what's happened? No, I don't know what's happened. You
Right,
carry on, I'll sort myself out.
I'll replace you with Ghostface, shall I? Um, what marks as a seventh installment to a franchise that realistically should have stopped after the third entry, Scream 7 gives us more of the same. Expect stabs, slashes, and jump scares, but if you are looking for anything deep, then I am sorry to disappoint. These are popcorn flicks after all. There's nothing deep to unearth. It's the same story but with different characters. While the killers aren't necessarily easy to guess, it doesn't really make any sense either. I mean, this is me. You're back. Oh, would it be better with a completely fresh cast? I'm pretty sure they tried that once, but I'm not sure as it's been a while since I rewatched or even watched the films.
Mhm.
Regardless, I don't feel as if it was an interest. Regardless, I don't feel as if it was interesting in this latest installment. The cold open with the Airbnb felt like it could be a movie in itself, but after the opening title, we seem to drift into a traumatized Sydney who is cold and standoffish with her daughter. The chemistry between them felt as cold as the dialogue. There wasn't really a hint of anything deeper, no mother-daughter connection you'd expect. As for the other cast members, superficial and hollow. They felt less like three-dimensional characters and more like stand-ins for slashing. There were there were there were only they sorry. They were only there to be eliminated as Ghostface hunts their way towards Sydney. And I'll give you the spoilers. Spoilers. Spoiler warning.
Spoilers.
Did the antagonists have much of a reason beyond insanity? I didn't think so. One of them worked for the mental health hospital, and the other was the mother of a weird kid, the weird kid. Their motivations felt as shallow as the film itself. Nothing pushing this movie in an interesting direction. Just dollar signs on the producer's eyes. Could I see myself rewatching this? Probably not. I don't mind slasher films. They aren't my go-to for horror. I feel like once you've seen one, you've pretty much seen them all. They have as much in the way of a plot as a Disney movie does. I don't want to sound so harsh, but you'd think for the price of a cinema ticket nowadays, you'd get quality for money. If I were you and in the mood for horror, I'd watch 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. Not only is it a great film, but its pacing is solid, the cast are great, and it'll leave you wanting more. Discuss.
Okay.
Was that too harsh, in your opinion?
Um. Yes and no.
Yes and no. Okay. Because I do feel like I was going a little bit too harsh, but then as I was writing my review, I was thinking, well, this isn't meant to be a the Scream films don't offer anything more than like a critique. Like that they're meant to be satirical. That was kind of the purpose of the first one, for example.
Yeah.
It was meant to be a satirical take on the horror genre.
Hmm.
But I feel like as time's gone by, they've slipped more into the cliches that they were trying to critique in the first one. And I don't know whether you might have picked that up.
Pit what up, sorry?
So, you know how, like the first one, the first Scream, uh, they didn't obviously know they were in a horror movie, but they were pretending as if the situation, they were thinking, "Oh, wait, like, if this is a horror movie, we shouldn't be doing these cliché things."
Yeah.
And you see them do the cliché thing, get killed for it, and, the commentary was there.
Mhm.
In this new one, it felt more like a soap opera mixed with the typical cliché of a slasher. It didn't really feel anything other than the surface level.
Yeah. Um, yeah, my issue with this film is, it didn't necessarily go into them meta, uh, categories, of the Scream franchise. It was mainly a
Yeah,
straightforward slasher movie,
yeah,
which
yeah,
I liked. I like about the Scream franchise. It goes into that
yeah.
meta territory, and it kind of didn't do that this time.
Yeah, and I think because that was what I was bearing in mind, I haven't seen 4 to 6, so I don't know whether you had to watch them to watch this one, but I was
No,
going into it with the mindset of, "I'm going into this just as a viewer."
no, you didn't really have to watch 7 to watch 5 or 6 because the the characters that were in 5 and 6 aren't in this, and it was supposed to follow on to this film, but
Right.
behind the scenes,
Shenanigans and stuff.
yeah, happened, and
Mm.
they both got fired basically.
Yeah, because well, I think Ortega left because her career was going up and she didn't
Yeah,
need to do the Scream films, and then the other one got fired for being pro-Palestine.
yeah, which is valid. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that today.
No, no, let's. I mean, we've been quite political so far, so let's steer away. Um, yeah, okay. Yeah, but do you think that they need to have the meta commentary as this? Because that's why I said they are more like popcorn flicks. They are
Mm.
like the Transformers of horror films,
Oh yeah,
I think.
definitely. That's what I enjoy about the Scream franchise. It's not like some high art
Yeah.
piece of film. It's basically a something you throw on
Mm.
for a couple of hours and have a good time with it.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I actually like films that do, you know, that are off the wall and you don't really have to think about it to concentrate on it. Um, but I
And
just, for some reason, in this film, I just didn't really get anything more than the surface level stuff, and I was going into it thinking that there's going to be some sort of meta commentary on society nowadays, and it just
mm,
wasn't really there. That's why I like
yeah,
the Airbnb stuff at the
I
beginning.
I did like the opening to this film. It is
Mm,
one of the best openings of this film, of this franchise. Yeah, I thought that's where they were gonna go. If it was
yeah,
set in that location, I thought it would probably work a bit better. than where they were heading after the pre-credits
Mm.
scene. Is it
Yeah,
pre-credits?
yeah.
Yeah.
Prologue.
Prologue, yeah.
Prologue, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing is, I was thinking because I hadn't watched the trailer. I just went in thinking
Blind.
let's have a look. Um and then after the Airbnb scene, it just sort of picks up and then it just sort of meanders to the finish line. It's like it's just walking the line. And
Mm,
I like the idea of let's critique something about society now. And the nowadays people will go to a serial killer's house or turn it into a uh some sort of thing.
yeah.
um and I thought that's a really interesting where to take it, where we're criticizing the glorification of this of it's almost like they're poking fun of themselves. You're watching this going into it, and they're criticizing you for watching the film that you are watching, if that makes sense. That would have been a really funny meta
Mm.
commentary, but for just some reason I just didn't really like it that much. But I know my colleagues at work, they liked it. um and they don't really, they don't go for the hard stuff. They don't go for things that are not necessarily like thought provoking. They just like what they like, and that's fine. I've got
Yeah.
no judgment on anyone who enjoyed the film.
I like a bit of both. I like thought provoking and
Yeah.
something that's a bit silly. It's a bit
Mm.
it it's there to entertain basically.